Do you ever find that something routine can all of a sudden become new and fresh in a way you've never experienced before? That happened to me over the weekend as I read Justo Gonzalez's book, Teach Us to Pray. One word in that book rocked my world, making me reflect on my life in a new and fresh way. It's a word that I've repeated weekly now for over 50 years of my life. New light shining on the old and seemingly mundane, making it profound, fresh, and new once again. Gonzalez reminds us that when we pray, we do so on behalf of humankind, taking all before the throne of grace. What's that word that has been so unsettling to me? O-U-R. So begins the prayer, not my or I, but our, together in community, united with humanity. Not focused on me, it's the grand collective we that says we are family. Created in God's image, our life a pilgrimage. I live with advantage. Even in private prayer, the focus of the prayer that Jesus gave us, the Lord's Prayer, is to be on the our. We don't make it my, even when we are alone. It was the 4th century pastor and theologian John Chrysostom who was considered by many to be the finest preacher in the history of the church. He tells us that we pray our because we pray for the body in common, and nowhere looking to his own good, but everywhere to his neighbor's good. And by this he at once takes away hatred and quells pride and casts out envy and brings in the mother of all good things, even charity, and exterminates the inequality of human things and shows us how far the equality reaches between the king and the poor man. We are all of us fellows. I love how Chrysostom puts it. The R in the prayer exterminates the inequality of human things. How many human things do we have in our lives that continue to create or support inequality? O-U-R. So begins the prayer, not my or I, but our. In every nation you hear the sound, different languages, accented, still resounds. Calling to us across the years, reminding us we're all peers. No, not peers. Family, sister, and brother. From the backstreet alley to Silicon Valley, red, yellow, black, or white, all family in God's sight. The challenge, I think, to praying our is that it will prove to be disruptive to our lives. As we think of that petition in the Lord's Prayer, give us this day our daily bread. Again, not me or mine, but our, both communal and global. Think about that for a moment as you realize you have brothers and sisters around the world who are starving, have no health care, no access to clean water. They're homeless, they're in prison, and they too are praying for daily bread. I remember when our oldest daughter Claire was a toddler, I was preparing breakfast one morning and poured the last of the orange juice for myself. She ran into her room and I could hear her prayer. Dear God, please let there be more orange juice. I took my glass and I poured some into a sippy cup for her. Her prayer was answered. I was the answer to her prayer. You see, it's not me or my, rather it's us and our. Basil of Caesarea, writing in the late 300s, would say this: who is a miser? Anyone who is not content having the necessary. Who is a thief? Anyone taking what belongs to others. Why then do you not consider yourself a miser and a thief when you claim for yourself what only was given to you so that you may manage it? If one takes another's clothing, he is a thief. Why should we give any other name to one who is able to clothe the naked and refuses to do so? The bread that you hoard belongs to the poor. The cape that you hide in your trunk belongs to the naked. The shoes that rot in your home belong to those who have no shoes. O you are. So begins the prayer, not my or I, but our. My cupboard's full, I lack no bread, while my starving sister is almost dead. My homeless brother is cold at night. With many coats, I always look just right. All is well, my future's bright. But what if God calls me home tonight? Not me, just us. Justice. Oh, you are.